So that is the basic. So those are the three things you need to know. The four main. Okay, sorry. There are the five main components of Unity you really need to know is the scene view, which is this is where the world is being manipulated. We have the game view, which is where is basically what you see once you export the game out. So what your camera sees, and this is really important. So you can see some UI elements here, and we'll get to that. So UI is basically the user interface and what the player plays with. But that will be in another class when we talk about UI and like how you can play UI and how you can like your settings menu now, your own menu, stuff like that. So you can already see settings menu. You can change if there's music, you can probably change the music, stuff like that. So we'll talk about how UI works later on. But right now, focusing on our scene view, our game view, our hierarchy. Oh god. Sorry, quick minute. General hierarchy. Um, wait a minute, please. One minute. All right, cool. I messed it up by mistake. All right, cool. Okay, so the hierarchy is basically the list is where all your game objects are currently collected. So we have our camera holder, we have our level manager, we have the world, we have our canvas. We'll talk about that later. And all these other objects here that have really weird names are all game objects in the scene. So from these are all game objects in the scene. And we will get back into like the different steps and different like the different categories that will make this more accessible and stuff like that. Sha. So that's the also your hierarchy and your inspector. Your inspector basically is what are the components that are currently in the game objects, right? So once you know what's inside the camera right now, you can see it has a transform, it has a camera, it has an audio listener, and it has a couple of scripts with it also, right? So let's say what's a level manager right now? A level manager has what? A transform and a level manager script. So you can see that this one means the script that will be created. So that's the level manager script, right? And we go here to our our grid manager, our world. So let's open up, let's just click on this dirt, right? So this is like a piece of dirt. Once I change this, I can move this around, right? So what does it contain? It contains a transform, a mesh filter, a mesh renderer, and um, and just a mesh renderer. So these are the components that are in this game object right now. And something like change the material now. If I change this material to something, so it's not other material, you can see it changes color and like it's sort of like black right now. And if I change it to like let's say water, it changes color. It changes like this, changes color. So like we have all these are the so the five thing, and the last one, sorry, which is your project view. So your project view is basically to look at this last final part here. So your project view is basically everything that's inside this project. So this is a big project I'm showing you. It's actually a complete project, but it's more like you can see all the different like things that are inside right now. So currently we have two what was it called? We have two different types of views. So you can also go here and you can click on the audio. So we have audio here. We have an asset. We have the editor. We have our scripts here. This is where we store our scripts. We have our scriptable object. Talk about that later. We have our scenes here. The scenes are just worlds, right? From what we said. We have our sprites. So this is our sprites is basically our 2D assets. So that was called in game dev. It's called a sprite. That is a lot to take in, but like we'll get into that slowly and slowly. Okay, cool. The next step. So that's the only five things you really need to know is your project view, your project view, your your hierarchy, so you can see name hierarchy, your scene view, your game view, and your inspector, right? These are the 5 things we need to know. Talk about things like console later, but like these are the 5 major basic parts of the Unity game engine. And these are the things that we need to know. Okay, so probably so this game is pretty simple. Just arrange the blocks and you win, and then you go into the next chapter, stuff like that. So these are like stuff that we'll probably be making in the long run. So it's pretty simple game actually. So that's a very basic game. This was currently on the Play Store anyways. He wants to go and play it out, check out the different levels and stuff like that. What next do we have? Okay, cool. All right, so that's it. So that's about the game engine. So that's about the game engine. Does anybody have any questions before we move next? If anyone has any question?
Oh, yes, I do. I joined the meeting quite a little bit behind time. I don't know which language they are using for the programming, the writing of the program.
Okay, we're using C sharp. We haven't gotten to that yet. Well, basically, what we are going to use is C sharp to make our code or to write our scripts, basically. And I will also get into how you create a script in C sharp.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, cool. Does anybody have any other questions?
Question.
Okay. Just about the game, about the Unity engine. Okay. Continue. Let me hear.
With the recorded, with the recording for this class be available after the class, because I didn't join on time.
Okay. Yes, it should be. Exactly. It should be. It should be. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. You get it in the Google Things. So I actually didn't check if it was recording or not, but I'm seeing it's recording currently. But we should get that. Don't worry. So it will be in the Google Themes in the files folder. All right. So since nobody's confused about what we have gone through so far, we can now like continue. We'll get into the fun stuff
Hello?
really quickly. Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. We
Hello,
can hear
good
you.
evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. I want to know, is this the 3D animation class?
No, this is game development class.
Oh, it's well. Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other one? Any other question? Okay, cool. So let's dive into something that we can actually work on. So first things first, we need you to get familiar with the engine. So I'm just going to share my screen again. I would see, okay, cool. So this is Unity Hub. I believe that like once you're installing Unity, you had to use Unity Hub, right? So basically, um, Unity Hub has a couple of projects and tutorials you can start learning from, right? So in the learn option, you can have projects and tutorials. You can start learning and start making really cool stuff immediately with. So today we're using the FPS micro game. FPS micro game. So check it out if you can write that down. So check out the FPS micro game in the Unity Hub right here. Since all of you have it, I don't think Unity Hub itself should be confusing to you. So go to the Learn project and the FPS micro game. So I'm going to use that. I'm just going to quickly open the project. I'm going to just quickly use that for now. So it's opening. A minute. Okay, all right, cool. So it just takes a bit of time, and based on what Unity version is installed, this image right here will be sort of like different. So like don't get worried about like how your Unity looks on us. It should all work fine once you have like the latest version. It does take a bit of time, but like it should be done in in a moment now. So we can get into the quick and good stuff. Just to be so this only happens once. So you do a second time like this because I'm just opening the project for the first time, and it's probably compiling all the shaders, so we won't have to go through this again. So I just want to put you a heads up that usually not this quick. Should have opened it. Sorry. All right, we are in. Okay, cool. All right, so just 1 minute. Okay. All right. So getting started from higher. So it just have tutorials that you can follow. So it has a bunch of tutorials right here. So the first one is getting started. So I would advise every one of you. So this would be like our assignment for now is to go through these FPS tutorials, right? It's pretty easy. So getting started. So the first thing you have to do is like, and it teaches you as a step-by-step process, right? So in this tutorial, we'll begin to explore the basics of Unity Editor as you play test the beginning of your game, review it, and make your character jump higher. Let's start. So we can press our start button right here. So this play button basically plays the game, right? So currently there's a play mode, and the play mode is usually for testing. So click on this play mode and we enter play mode real quick. So it's loading. So play mode when you want to actually test your game after building it. So you can see that our game is currently working. All right. So we can move around and shoot. Can you guys hear any sound? Just to be sure. Oh, okay. I muted the audio. Oh, it's still not working. Wait a minute. I don't think there's sound. Okay, cool. So this is a basic FPS game where you go around and shoot stuff. So we can go around, shoot the bad guy, and you get the health. So this is our world, and we'll go through all the steps of how to build this world. So you can see it's like a basic prototype. Okay. So yeah, this is it. Oh, you can get like the health. Oh, okay. So this is like the big bad boss. I have to shoot him down. Okay. So if you go through the tutorial, they teach you how to do this. Oh god, I'm dying. So yeah, that's the FPS micro game. This is basically how you play it. This is the basic project actually. Let me kill this guy quickly. All right, cool. So all objectives are done. That's everything, right? And you can play again. So yeah, that's it. So when I'm done testing. Once I want to off it, I'll off the play button up here. So I'm going to disable the play button. And you can see my tutorials here. So it teach you how to add a room, how to change colors, how to add an enemy bot, and we'll go through this step by step. But our advice for you to get into it and learn how to do all these things in general. So what we're going to dive into right now, basically, so this is the kind of like assignments. Just go through this and like create your own game basically. Your own FPS out of this. Real easy to start. So they've already done all the work and scripting for us. We're just going to do just learning how to use Unity itself before we start scripting, right? So that's all lights. These are enemies. Okay, cool. So let's start with our scripts. I want to talk about scripting now, right? So what we're using C# script for this project, and we'll create a new scene. So go to scenes, create. So right click on, so you press the plus button up here, goes to scene. So you create a new scene, and I say the scene is basically your world, right? So we'll call this our test scene, right? Okay, cool. So we have our test scene right here, and you can see it's very empty, very, 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 very empty, too empty to be precise. So there's nothing inside here. Only thing we have is the camera and our lights. So we talk about light. So basically, light is like what you light is just like light basically. You need lighting in your game. I will explain more about that later. So basically, okay, 1 minute. Oh, All right, so let's go through how we want to work. So remember what we did last time? The plus button 3D object, a plane. So a plane is just a very flat surface. As you can see, it has no very flat white surface, right? So this is our plane, and you can see it's white as anything. So using the same project, I can look for a new material. A material is basically how an object is being rendered into the scene, right? So just change this to something blackish, I guess. So you have black, basic black. So click on black. And there are other ways you can change. Oh, sorry. 1 minute, actually. Sorry about that. Okay, cool. So this is how it is. Okay? There are many ways to change the color of an object. But basically, the easiest way right now is just to change it to its material, change the material right now. So we'll now add a new cube. So go to the plus sign, create a new 3D object, and we'll create a new cube. And currently, we can't see the cube. It's right beneath here because of the position. The position right now, oh, sorry. Actually, all the positions are being messed up. So right now, the position right now is on 6. It's messed up, right? So we just want to say this to 0, 0, 0. And it's in the center of the world. And we set the cube to 0, 0, 0. Center of the world. Right? So just so we have these buttons here. So these buttons really matter when you are playing around with your scene view. When you're playing around with your scene view. So this first one is your hand tool. So hand tool is like to move around the scene. Basically move around anywhere I want to go to. Just move around. And if I right click it, by right clicking, I look around, and to move around use this. I can scroll inside and scroll outside. If you have Unity installed already, you can like be testing out these few things already. The next thing is your move tool, right? So if I click on this object, move tool is being activated where I can move it anyhow I want. I want it to move, right? So I can move it down, left, or inside and outside, basically. So this is our move tool, or I can click this middle button to move it between two axes. So I can use any axis for the move tool, right? Next one is up here, we have our rotate tool right here. So our rotate tool is to rotate the object. So you rotate it on the x-axis, rotate it on the y, and rotate on the c also. So you can rotate anyhow you want, and then you can like just basically rotate it anyhow you want to what particular position we want it to be. Next one is our scaling on. So basically this is like you can scale this very big. You can scale the y-axis, make it quite long. And scale like this, scale like this. So that's how it's done. Basically, this is how you scale the rectangle tool. The rectangle tool is more of a scaling tool, but in like a 2D format. So you have to pull this up or like this with a rectangle tool. And we have all the tools combined together. You want to use everything together. You can move, you can scale, you can rotate, and you can like, yeah, you can rotate all in one tool. So this is really cool because everything is there for you. But once you learn to use hotkeys, so each of these one have hotkeys, basically shortcuts. So Q, I can switch between each of them very quickly. So learning the shortcuts is also a very cool thing to learn. I can switch in quickly, or you can use everything in one set actually. So that's it. So this cube has, so once you just reset this quickly. There we go. Okay, cool. So now we can see like some parts of this cube is inside the floor. Once you just drag that up quickly. Yep. Okay, cool. So it's okay. So it's on the right spot right now. Right? So we have a cube right here, and we have the camera. So the camera is currently facing like this. but we don't want that, right? So let's just look for a camera in the view. So I don't know what the camera is currently. If I press the F button, so clicking on the F button to take me to the camera is, oh, okay. This is where the camera is, right? And we have like this small preview of what the camera sees. Just, oh, sorry. This small preview of what the camera sees. If I move the camera forward and move it to be up, we can see what the camera sees. And not to mind you, I can do this. I can take this game view and put it like down here, and you can see it simultaneously. So whatever I'm doing with the camera right now, we can see it simultaneously with the scene. So let's just carry the camera a little bit upwards. Let's rotate the camera to look down. So just look down and carry it a little bit upwards. Move it back a little bit. You kind of have like this top-down view. If you want a top-down view. This is basically our camera right now, right? So let's do a little bit of scripting right now. So we're talking about scripting. What is this scripting that we are talking about since? Just to make the lights look a little bit more pretty. Quickly. Give me 1 minute, please. What this is. Okay. That was weird. Okay, cool. The next thing we talk about is, so we'll talk about the lights also. Yes, that's true. Talk about the lights. All right, let me just, I can make it out. Okay, cool. All right, let's go. So we'll talk about the lights right now. So we have this directional light, and directional light is basically like the sun, right? It's basically the sun right now. And in the scene view, you can see the angle at which the light is facing, right? So if I delete this, so click on this object and press delete, there's basically no light again in the world. So we cannot see shadows, we cannot see reflections. The only thing we can see right now is ambient reflection. So basically all the things we got from all the magic I just did a few minutes ago is just the light we're seeing. That's the light from the skybox. And the skybox is like this fixed sky where you can see different things. It's basically just your fixed sky right now. Right? Okay, so just want to bring that back. All right, bring the light back. So talk about scripting now quickly. So I want to make this box go left and right, up and down, and center, kind of, right? So add components. So also add a new component. No, okay, let's add a new component. And we go to scripts, right? So we can add different type of components, but look at right here. I want to go to scripts. And in the scripts, create a new one. How do I'll create a new one. Quickly, sorry. So I'll go to my scripts here and create a new script. So create a new C# script right here. So right click on your project view, go to create and create a new C# script, right? I want to create like a movement script, right? So the default language, or the only language Unity uses, is C#, right? And if I go to this cube, okay, I'll open up this one. So double click this to open it. So I want to open this up. I want to open up Visual Studio. So I want to be sure that everybody kind of set up their Visual Studio with Unity. It should be automatic, actually. It should be automatic. All right, cool. So yeah, this is our script. And I know this looks kind of confusing. What is all this? What is all this? But kind of want to just forget everything here. Just forget it. Just forget. And in our next class, we're going to have, sorry, can you give me a minute, please? Sorry. Sorry, I'm back. So basically, just forget all this. Just forget all this, and what we're looking for here is just what we want to concentrate on is just this guys right here. We have our stats and we have our updates, right? So basically, our start function, and once we get into the basics of C sharp, I would have our other tutor, Samuel, will take you to the basics of C sharp and how to write variables, how to write different things. Basically, I want to just show you something that works. So that's my goal right now. So you don't need to understand any of this or any of this coding that's happening because you understand it in the future. I want to just show you something that works right now. And I want to quickly conjure up a script that makes the movement loop left to right. So show you the different things you can manipulate in the script to do like different variables or activities, right? So I'll just quickly write a script here just to do what I wanted to do. So input get key. Yeah. So, right? Okay. I'll spell it. That's not the position. So I want to manipulate the position of the scripts, the word I want it to be. Right? I'm the delta time. Okay. So, I mean, just a quick brief. What I want to do is basically, I want to move this about Q on the X. I want to move it on the X and Z axis. So move it on the X axis. So basically, be able to concentrate on the X axis and on the Z axis using our words, using our keyboard inputs. So using our inputs from our keyboard. So if I press up on the keyboard, you will move up. If I press down, she move down. If I press like left, move like this. So this is what I want to do with this, right? So let me just reset that quickly. All right, cool. So basically that's it. And I've written down my script. I want to check if my script is working, right? So this is just the basic introduction, right? So I press the play button, right? I press the play button. And I press my up button, my down button, but nothing seems to work. Nothing is working at all. And that's because I haven't assigned my scripts. I haven't assigned my script to the object. So that's why. So so the cube, to do that, I've gone off of play mode. To do that, I'll go to the add component button in the inspector right now. So we have the add component box in the inspector. So click on that. Name of the script I'm looking for is called the movement script. So I've added, oh, sorry, 1 minute. Sorry. added the movement script. To our object, right? And there are other ways you can do it also. So let me remove this script quickly. If I drag and drop this into the objects, it automatically tags itself also. So I have my movement scripts here. Sorry. I can drag and drop it and put it inside. So that way it works. The next thing to do is now test it. Does my script actually work? So I'll press the play button right now. And I'll go left. And you can see I am moving with my keyboard right now. I'm not using anything. I'm using my keyboard to control it. And we can move. We already have like our own mini game kind of. Or I can move our cube left, right, and center, basically. Okay. All right. So this is using, that means our script is working, right? And the beauty about our script is that like I can use it anywhere. So right now the camera is not moving. It's not moving with the object, right? But we can also change that. We can decide to add this movement script to the camera. So let's move on the cube. So move on the cube, and we can add it to the camera. So I'm gonna press play on this, and I should be able to move our camera using the directional buttons. So I can move my camera forward, backwards, left, and right. So that's pretty cool, right? So that means like the script is not necessarily have to be tied to one particular object. I can add it to multiple objects, right? So that means I cannot add it to our plane. So the plane is the floor of our world currently, and I add this to our plane. And I'm like, okay, cool. I've added it to my plane, so the plane has a movement speed also. So I'll just press play, and we can move our plane using our directional buttons. So that's pretty cool, right? We can do anything, and we can try to add it. So we can also add both the cube, add it both to the cube and to the camera. And what do we get? We can get it. Why is it not working? Sorry, 1 minute. Oh, I haven't added it yet. Okay. Added there. Okay, cool. So add it to the cube and our camera, and we'll get a different kind of effects. So you can see our camera is moving with our object, so we can get like almost like mini. This is not the way. This is just an example, but basically you can add our script to any object, and we can manipulate the properties of those objects. So we can check here, moving to the left, right, moving to the right, and can manipulate it anyhow we want. So that's the basics of scripting in Unity, of C# and scripting in Unity. And that's basically it. So next class we will have a whole fundamentals of C# and how to use it, right? Is that clear? Is everybody getting? Pretty cool. So that is the bulk of it. So I'm going to throw the question. Okay, so 1 minute. So basically your assignment basically for today is just to go through the tutorial and get like, make sure you play with the game, kind of like work with the tutorials. So find tutorials that help in tutorials, and you go through tutorials and basically learn, have a hands-on experience of working in Unity. So that's basically your assignment for today. And I kind of want to see what you guys come up with. So share all what you made, all your new and exciting levels. Share it on the Slack channel. You can also share it also on the WhatsApp. I don't think it's the WhatsApp channel, but mostly I think Slack channel is easy for now. So if you have like, oh, I made this really cool level, you can check what I did. So I'm kind of like expecting to see something from the whole, how many of us that is here? Let me see, 11 of us currently that is here. and more people that will come up in the future. So I'll add that to the Slack channel. So Samuel, please can you help me just add that? Just add that little assignment to document that, and I would love to see what you guys come up with, playing around with, and what cool things you can make really easily. So yeah, that is basically the end of this presentation for now. That is where we are 20 minutes or 40 minutes early, but we'll add these questions. So I'm going to questions right now. Does anybody have any question? We'll choose the questions right now. So think about like, what can I like just, it's not necessarily about C# or programming, or just in general about game dev or what you have learned today. So I want questions to be thrown at me. So we are more open questions, like open up. Let's open up more to get what I mean, right? So yeah. Questions. Who has questions? No one? That means you guys understand everything that's going on here. Are all of you game developers already?
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
Okay. Yeah.
So how can one get used to all these, because putting all these buttons we're clicking to check the position and this thing, how can one get familiar with it?
Yeah, so basically, that's a very good question. You will get familiar over time. It's basically when you're using it over and over and over again, it's something you're going to definitely get familiar with. So it's not really a bother. It's more like once you use the system a lot, it's similar to the same way when you are doing Microsoft Word, right? There are lots of things to learn in Microsoft Word, right? But like after some time, you already know what to do when you right click. You know shortcuts if you want to like quickly highlight an object. So it shouldn't be really a problem. It's more the more you use the tools, the more you get familiar with it. So that's why the assignment I gave is actually very important. So you can use these tools very well. So you get to use it more and you get to get more familiar with it. So basically, there are so many things in there that you don't particularly need, but like once you need them, you get. So I just want to raise up their hand. Who has see Juanita, right? So you can speak. Danny,
Hi.
yeah. Hi.
Where do you get your sprites from?
Okay. So sprites. There are two ways to get sprites. You can get sprites on the internet, and you can get sprites from an artist. So just to be sure, sprite is basically your 2D assets, basically a PNG file or a JPEG file based on what you need, right? So a sprite is just a 2D asset, basically PNGs or JPEGs. So basically where you get a sprite from is from an artist. If you have a personalized artist who can make sprites for you, or you can get from the internet, right? Now we are currently going to get into that later where we share you links to where you can get like free sprites from, or you can get paid, but mostly free. So that is where you can get your sprites from. Did that answer your question? A question.
So I have another question.
Yeah.
Like after going through the FPS tutorial, and
Yes.
maybe we're able to do something. After going to the FPS tutorial, we're able to do something. How can we like save it and share it on maybe WhatsApp so that you can see it? Or how can we share it from this Unity Hub to the Slack?
Okay, so basically, what I was just taking of screenshots of videos, but there's actually a very thank you for that. I would share my screen quickly so I can show you how you do that. All right. So 1 minute. So they also teach you here how to do that. So basically, there's a publish button right here. You have the word publish, right? So you publish this to a WebGL file, right? For you to publish this to WebGL file, you just get started. and install the WebGL model. And this will help you publish your app, your game to the Unity website. And you can share that link to us for us to play. Right?
Okay, thank you.
Does that make sense? So yeah, there's also
Yes,
there's a tutorial there also where you can publish it and we can play it. I was thinking of just screenshots, but he wants to send us the actual that's actually cool. So publish it and send it to me. And send it to the link. So hey, this is my game, put it there. And I think we should start recording scores. Let students get something. We can also have like Nigerian companies come up and give public internships if that's something you're up for. So like you being more involved in the assignments also include rewards also. So that's actually a very good one. So you can publish it, let us play it out. Let's see how beautiful levels you make and yeah, and how creative you are with just these simple tools. All right, cool. Any other question? Any other question? Nothing. So how many I want to guess that everybody here is new to game development in general, right?
Yes, very, very new.
It's very new. Okay.
Not really new.
So
It's new. Yeah, it's new.
it's new. Yeah.
I'm actually
So
not
we can
new
have
to
like
it.
okay. So how far we got in general?
Okay, let's just say I've been into it for like 4 months now, or let me say 5 months. I participated in the Game of Africa organized by Maliyo and Go.
Oh, okay. So yeah, basically, okay, that's cool. Were you part of the finalists?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, yeah, I should probably know you then. So I am Michael from Maliyo, apparently. So I currently work at Maliyo though. So so I definitely do know of that. Maliyo is definitely one of the very few companies that definitely that is kind of like pushing for more tutorials, pushing for more people to join into the game dev space, and that is something we're starting again this year. So it's really cool. It's really cool to see someone from the game. So that means this is all beginner stuff for you. Then, if I'm not, this is not new to you. Then, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it's not. Thank you.
Okay, cool. All right. I miss you. Okay, cool. Yeah. So we can have like a. Since we're not that much, let's just have a quick intro. Like everybody kind of like introduce themselves. Just we can get like a feel, or just talk about yourself, your departments, and yeah, your name and your departments and the game you like. Yeah, yeah, just put that. So we can start from let's start alphabetically. Let's start from Abayomi. So Abayomi, what do your name as I'm wrong here? Well, basically, your name, your department, just a little bit about yourself in general. About me, is Abayomi on the call? Are you with us? Okay, I guess he's not with us. Let's switch to Aditayo.
Okay, I'm Aditayo Buluwatife. Computer science, 300 level. Sorry, did you hear me?
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry, I got cut off there. Okay, cool. Let's move next to Ayomide.
Can you hear me? To everyone, Ayomide, mechanical engineering.
We can hear you.
I'm a
All right.
mechanical engineering student. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. So, what games do you love to play?
One factor is I don't play games. I came to game
Wow.
development because I've been programming for 4 years now, and I've wanted to do something with my game for a while now. But I really don't get the whole shaders, masking, and everything with the graphics. So
Mm-hmm.
I decided to give it a try.
All right. Okay, that's awesome. We definitely need to play more games now because we're in game dev fast. So basically, your own personal assignment is like go play some games in general, sure. Like, and probably I'll ask you next week what cool games are you able to find, whether it's on your phone or like on your laptop in general. So let's go to Abdullah. If I'm not, hope I didn't crush that name. Hamdallah. I don't know how to pronounce this. So the person know themselves. Um, was it Hamdullah?
Good evening.
Good evening.
My
Yeah.
name is Amdallah Ukbe. I'm in 400 level loss. I'm a lost student 400 level, and I enjoy playing. Okay, I don't have a best game, just different games basically. Subway Surf, Subway Surf, Temporal, and the likes.
Okay, that's awesome. All right. Sorry for murdering your name actually.
No problem. Hamdallah, not
All right.
negative.
Amdallah, yeah, cool. Okay, so next person is Jacob Daniel. Jacob Daniel. Yeah.
Okay, my name is Jacob Daniel. I'm 100 level chemical engineering student, and I've been into programming for 2 years now. I work majorly on fun projects, 2D games most especially, and my best games so far are online games, more strategic games like Clash of Clans, and I think I also enjoy football games and car racing games. That's it.
Okay, that's awesome. So we have some mini bosses with us already, some chairman. All right, so Juanita, Christine.
My name is Juanita Christine, and I'm architecture 100 level. And I've dabbled in game development before, but I didn't work with Unity. I worked with Construct 2. And my favorite game is Sims 4, but I also play games like um Subway Surfers, Call of Duty Mobile, yeah, and some online games as well.
All right, our COD fans. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. So the next person is Okafo. Yeah, if Kenechukwu Okafo. Stay with us. Okafo, are you with us? Okay. Let's move on to Klaus. Would you like that name? So Klaus, are you with us? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, cool.
Hi. So
Hi.
yeah, my name is Ayobami, but you can just call me Klaus. So games I play mostly Call of Duty, Far Cry, Grand Theft Auto, but most of the time I play online games, FPS to be precise. And yeah, I'm not actually new to game development. I've been playing with it for a while now, and yeah, I won't say I'm good at it now. That's why I'm here, obviously. So I'm just average. So
All
yeah,
right. We have one up boss in the house again. Let's go. All right. That's cool. Oh, you didn't tell us your department and
Yeah.
level.
Mechanical engineering 400 level.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, the next person is Peter Emmanuel.
My name is Peter Emmanuel. I'm a computer engineering student, 200 level UNILAG. And games I like playing are mostly football games, FIFA. Play FIFA to best. I think FIFA is good. And I think FIFA is the best. And I played PUBG once and I think I like it. And I think Modern Combat on like an Android game, I like that one too. So that's all for now.
Okay, all right, nice. Next person is Zainab. Is she with us? Okay.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear
Okay, my name is Zainab, and I'll be starting medical school this year. I'm new to all of this programming, game development, everything, and I like playing Candy Crush.
All right, that is awesome. Okay, so at least everybody has met each other. This is it's very nice to meet every one of you, and yeah. So just do the assignments. It's a pretty straightforward tutorial. Not that it's not that much of a hassle. All of this is the really cool things we've done, and I'm believing that everybody is excited to do something really to make really awesome games. And game development is very fun. It's very fun space. Everybody knows that already. We are game developers. We're entertainers. We enjoy ourselves. We're making games and playing and making the games we want to make and playing the games we love to play. So I'll see you in the next class. Have a very awesome weekend. Don't stress yourself so much. And yeah, see you by
So,
next week.
so I want to say
Yeah.
something. I want
Okay.
to
Yeah.
remind you to upload and make a reminder to upload the recorded session on
You will
WhatsApp
find it
or
here in
or Slack.
Teams. Yeah. You find it here in Teams.
Okay.
Don't worry. But I would
Thank
do that. I would do that.
you.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Any other thing before we leave? All right. Okay, that's all. Okay, cool. All right. Hi, bye everyone. Have a very nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a
You too.
nice day.
Bye.
Definitely recording. Hey, how you doing, Samuel? What's up? How was it? How was the class in general?
Yeah, I enjoyed the class. It was cool.
It was cool, Abby.
Yeah.
So you can also do this next week, Abby. Are you confident?
Omo. First time. This is the first time for everything. Almost.
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So Buluwa Tife was also in Game of Africa, which is similar to what
Yes.
you were in also. I
Yeah,
think
I
if she's one of the finalists, she should know me, but like that means she also released the game thing. So which I would check that out. I haven't really nothing specific of that. But yeah, so we have it's cool. It's cool in general. So yeah.
I'm trying to teach my bosses here.
Oh wait. This is still recording.
Oh wait, it is? Oh wow.
Yeah. Let me stop this quickly.